All right, our comments are clear. People don't understand how chemo actually works. So I'm gonna go into it for you. So chemo hits everything in your body. It damages DNA. That could be scary, but regular cells are different than cancer cells. Regular cells, when they sense DNA damage, they stop dividing. They repair the damage. Now, repairing that damage takes a lot of energy. That's why chemo makes people feel fatigued. But it doesn't hurt your normal cells the way it does cancer cells. Not because it doesn't hit them, but they'll stop and they'll fix it. They'll heal. Hello, and welcome to Elevating Cancer Treatment, where we explain the science and debunk myths to help you navigate your health journey. I'm Dr. Jay Chaplin. An important reminder, I'm a PhD, not an MD. The information in this video is education, and it's not medical advice. Every cancer is unique, and no general information applies to everyone. If that sounds interesting, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And two quick things. First, as a thank you for being here, I've created a free resource, 10 things to elevate your chemo journey, which you can download from the link below. And second, by signing up, you'll also get updates on that innovative cancer treatment I'm working on. Cancer cells do something different. They're always on. They're always trying to divide. They don't pause and stop. And as a matter of fact, part of what happens to make a cell cancerous is usually it turns off those pathways that recognize DNA damage and start the repair process. So the cancer cells just keep dividing even though the DNA is messed up. That makes the cancer cells die when they divide. And this is really important. It's really important to understand why the chemo drugs are working and where they're working. Because if your cancer is dividing rapidly, if it's growing super aggressively, then when you have chemo, if the chemo is effective, you're going to see a super rapid shrinkage of the tumor. But if your cancer is growing slowly and the cells only die when they try and divide, but they divide slowly, it's going to take a long time for your tumor to shrink or go away. That means it can take months in some cases for tumors to shrink. You may go through 10 rounds of chemo and not see the tumor shrink and still be getting a good response. It may take some time. Again, wrap your head around that. Chemo hits everything throughout your body. It hits all of your normal cells, all of your cancerous cells, and regular cells clean up the damage. Cancer cells don't, and that's why cancer cells die. Other cells that are fast dividing have the same sort of problem. This is why things that divide really fast, the lining of your gut, your hair follicles, your immune system cells, why they get hit as well, because they're trying to grow super fast. That is an unfortunate side effect of chemo. Now, targeted therapies are something completely different. Targeted therapies don't hit everything. Targeted therapies are going after specific differences that occur frequently in cancers, but they have to be perfectly matched. So for instance, I've talked about this one before, KRAS, Kristen rat sarcoma virus, KRAS. It's a protein that's involved in signaling the cell whether it should grow or not grow. And it has massive implications for metabolism, for growth, for resistance to death, all of that. It is frequently changed, frequently mutated in cancers, but the different mutations make for different versions. For instance, many cancers have G12D mutations. The glycine amino acid at position 12 in the protein is turned into an aspartic acid. Those are always on. There's a different group of cancers that express G12C. The glycine at position 12 is turned into a cysteine amino acid. It has the same effect, but it's a different change. There are drugs against the G12C variety. They're already on the market. They're targeted therapies. You have to have that particular mutant of KRAS in order to have that drug work. If you have the G12D mutation and you take that drug, it does nothing for you. You get all of the side effects and none of the benefit. This is the difference between chemotherapy, which hits everything and selects for any fast dividing cell, versus targeted therapies, which are specific to very, very, very tiny differences in the cancer, very specific differences. I know I keep using that term over and over again, but even down to single amino acid differences in a large protein The G12C, we have drugs for. The G12D, we do not. We have drugs in trial. They look really good. Hopefully soon they'll be out. But targeted therapies are only for cancers that have that specific issue. Again, you can see this in breast cancer. You might have generic chemotherapy with platinum class drugs and 5-fluorouracil. Those hit any and every cell, and they affect the ones that are dividing fast and don't stop to repair the damage. But if you have upregulated HER2, you can take Herceptin, an antibody that's a targeted therapy against that receptor. Or if you have estrogen receptor positive breast cancer, you can take tamoxifen or some other hormone blocking drug. Those are targeted therapies. They only work if you have those targets. Triple negative breast cancer, which does not overexpress HER2 and does not express the estrogen receptor, you could use those drugs, but they're not going to do a darn thing. Beyond these videos, if you need more personalized guidance or a deeper dive into specific treatments to have your treatment be as effective as possible, I offer one-on-one sessions and medical advocacy. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, click the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel for more science-based cancer insights.